All right, let's get this show on the road. So I guess we'll start with Sonic 1.
Why are you saying Sonic 1 like that? As if it didn't start off the greatest franchise in all of history.
I gotta side with Sonic on that one. I mean, without Sonic 1, there'd be no Sonic Rush.
Okay, we already agreed to keep it to main series games only. Otherwise, we'll be here forever.
Ha!
Well,
You're just saying that because your side games were trash compared to ours, I got the Advanced Trilogy and Battle.
But you didn't get a TV show, did you? Guess who's laughing now, huh?
He got you there, Sonic.
Shut up, Sonic. Anyway, Sonic 1 S tier, it has Green Hill, Starlight Zone was great, and Marble Zone is underrated.
Wait, what? Not Sonic defending Marble Zone. Really? We're gonna be here forever.
I think Sonic 1 is a solid A tier.
I think C tier, but I'll put it in B so the two of you can shut up and we can move on to the next game.
Way too low, but okay.
All right, time for an actual S tier game. Sonic 2, literally no bad zone in this masterpiece.
I gotta side with Sonic on that one, but Metropolis is a blatant rip off of Grand Metropolis.
Sonic, stop being biased just because Heroes is your game. Sonic 2 came out 11 years prior.
Yeah, besides Metropolis enforces Solo's both.
Yo, shut the fuck up, Sonic.
I was kidding. God, can't say shit to you people.
I think Sonic 2 deserves A tier at best, but I don't mind putting it in S.
All right, cool. Yeah, Sonic 2 and S tier. What about Sonic 3?
What do you mean by Sonic 3?
Here we go again.
Can you be more specific?
Look, Sonic, if you want to separate Sonic 3 and Knuckles, just say so.
I'm just saying Sonic 3 is a solid S tier, but Sonic and Knuckles is A tier at best.
Well, yeah, but as a package, I still think it deserves the S.
The package makes it worse, but I'm fine with putting 3 and Knuckles in S tier as long as 3 is higher.
Higher than 3 and Knuckles or higher than Sonic 2?
Higher than both.
You shut the fuck up, Sonic. It's not higher than Sonic 2.
I'm putting Sonic 3 above Sonic 2. Deal with it.
Wait, I think we forgot something.
Oh, yeah. Sonic CD. Always seem to forget where that mid goes in the timeline.
Yep, totally mid.
Okay, both of you are being a bunch of babies.
Look, it's just boring-ass level design. An insult to 2D platformers.
Big words coming from the colors guy, but he's right. Metal Sonic was done way better in Heroes anyway.
Yo, shut the fuck up, Sonic.
I can't stand you both sometimes.
Okay, I know Sonic loves this game, so we'll put it in B just so we can move on. Now it's time for Sonic Adventure.
Easy S tier game.
Here we go.
Started off 3D Sonic right and had amazing voice acting as well.
You literally can't be
Except for
serious.
the cat
amazing
level,
voice acting.
I know none of you are talking, but I do enjoy Sonic Adventure. It's a great build-up to the main event, like Lil Wayne's verse on No Love.
And I'm guessing the main event is your game, Sonic?
Well, duh!
Literally nothing you put out in the 2000s was critically acclaimed.
Oh, look who's getting cocky because we're only doing main series.
Yeah, Sonic, you really don't want to go there with the critically acclaimed argument. Let's just put Adventure in S tier and move on.
All right, fine. Adventure 1 goes in S tier, and I'll just also put Adventure 2 in there.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Sonic, you better not be complaining about Adventure 2 in S tier.
Nobody likes treasure hunting or mech shooting, and the rail grinding mechanics were trash.
You're just saying that because they dumbed the rails down in your games. You can't even control your speed on the rails in 06.
Yeah, I mean, Sonic, you're being a bit too harsh, but fine. I'll put Adventure 2 in A tier then.
Still too high, but okay.
All right, time for Sonic Heroes.
Easy S tier.
Greatest game ever made, no surprise there. Is what I would say if it wasn't some slippery bullshit.
No way did you just say that, Wisp Boy.
Sonic, just give it the S tier. Otherwise, we'll be here for ages.
All right, fine, but you two owe me one. Anyway, time for Sonic 06.
Truly
Sonic
underrated
06,
game that was unfairly hated on release for a few glitches.
Does he really think people are buying this shit?
I mean, he kissed a human. I can't take him seriously anymore.
Oh, good one. Journalist 3485. You gonna mention the rough transition into 3D? Oh, wait. 3D started with you.
That was some retroactive opinion-changing bullshit, and you know it.
Yeah, 06 is clearly E tier, but Sonic clearly needs this, so we'll give it C tier. Anyway, on to Sonic Unleashed.
Clearly a masterpiece, and showed everyone boost gameplay done right.
So, is this the point where we pretend the Werehog levels never existed?
Yep, precisely at this point.
Both of you need to calm down. The Werehog levels were fun. I mean, a part of me enjoyed transforming at night, you know? It got Amy off my back, at least.
Well, I guess that counts for something.
because she doesn't want to date somebody that looks like she's
now
full
on to
of
Sonic
rabies.
Colors.
What do you think you're doing? Aren't you forgetting something?
Here he goes again.
2 things to be precise.
Look, the storybook games aren't main series.
They were on a home console and developed by Sonic Team. We're not counting colors if we're not counting Secret Rings and Black Knight.
I didn't see you complaining when we skipped over Shadow the Hedgehog.
My name isn't on that game.
Selective outrage, clearly. Look, it's not even on the tier list. Let's just call them both B tier and move on.
I agree.
Easy for you to say. You actually got 2 S tier games on our list.
What can I say? I'm the best.
And speaking of S tier, Sonic Colors goes right up there.
No, it doesn't.
Be serious, man.
Planet Wisp, Starlight Carnival, My Voice. Sonic in 3D finally found its footing.
Did Sonic really just say 3D?
Yeah, I don't know who he thinks he's fooling.
Look, both of you shut up. I gave you heroes in S. We're putting colors in S or else.
Okay, fine, Wisp Boy.
That's right. Now on to one I think we can all agree on. Generations.
Bad. Very bad.
Easily the worst games.
What are you people talking about? I thought you loved the control and level design. They brought back levels from every era of Sonic.
Yeah, and then they made you run through our levels. Why didn't we get the chance to be in our own levels?
And they cut the At Dawn section from Speed Highway. Truly a disgrace.
I mean, they should have gotten me to voice classic Sonic at least.
Shut up! You got 3 TV shows and no games. You shouldn't even be here.
You can tell he's still feeling that TV show comment from earlier.
It's blatantly obvious.
Okay, since both of you are pouting about this, I'll only put Jen's in A. And we'll put Lost World just next to it.
We'll put Lost World just where?
Yeah, Wisp Boy. We let that shit slide with colors. But Lost World is an easy D tier, man. The Wisps get even worse than in colors.
Okay, fine. We'll compromise with C tier. But Mania is definitely S tier.
Of course you'd think that. Your whole era was full of rehashing themes from the past.
Didn't 06 literally just bite the level aesthetics from Adventure 1?
He got you there, Sonic.
Both of you shut up. That was a reboot. Totally different from a rehash. And Mania spends more time showing us past levels to the point where we might as well just play the past games.
But they improved a lot of it. I mean, Mean Bean Machine and Chemical Plant, man.
We shouldn't even be including this game. It's not Sonic Team. Therefore, it's not main series, right?
But it was good, so we break the rules. Just accept that the storybook games were trash and put Mania in S.
Yeah, I think Mania is an easy S, but I'll drop it to A since Sonic is making a big fuss. Now it's time for Frontiers.
Oh, don't think we're letting you off that easy.
Sonic really thought we were just going to pretend Forces doesn't exist. It's not Sonic 4.
Now just put Forces in E tier so we can move on.
You people are mean, but Colors Ultimate doesn't count since it's just a remaster, so don't even think of bringing that up.
Literally, you were the one who brought it up, Sonic, but now that you did...
Oh my god, seizure!
Very
I paid for
mature,
a seizure
guys.
on the Epic Game Store.
Okay, can we just move on to Frontiers now?
Yeah, he's had enough. Let's just put Frontiers in B and call it a day.
B tier? It's clearly an S. Open World Sonic, hello?
Literally, 06 and Unleashed did this years ago.
And literally, Adventure 1 did this years before that, too.
Nobody was talking to you, Sonic.
I'm not gonna let you take the credit for things that I did first.
You did first? Like the spin dash? Oh, wait, you copied that from Sonic 2.
Or the homing attack? Oh, wait, Sonic 3D Blast.
I thought we were keeping this discussion to main series only.
Come to think of it, Adventure 1 stole so much music from there too, Mr. Original.
Yes, you're both unoriginal. But back to Frontiers, those supersonic boss fights, man. The combat was so fun.
Inferior to Unleashed combat, but whatever.
I know Werehog Boy isn't talking. Mr. 30 minutes to beat one level.
Skill issue.
Yeah, Sonic, you gotta learn to get good, scrub.
Didn't they add tail saves in Colors Ultimate?
It's a remaster. It's not main series.
Selective reasoning, but okay.
Frontiers is a B at best, and I'm not accepting anything higher.
Agreed.
Oh, so now you're on the same page? Well, fuck both of you. It's going in S.
Bullshit.
The hell it is.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving too.
Always copying.
Shut up.
Yeah, that was
finally some peace and quiet.
Wait, you did the tier list without me?
2 days later.
Okay, fine. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry for forcibly putting Frontiers in S tier and ignoring your opinions. I didn't mean to make you feel inadequate, Sonic and Sonic.
It takes a big man to admit that. Thanks, Sonic.
No, it doesn't. He just wants more views on his YouTube channel, and he needs us to do it.
That is totally not true. Also, please subscribe, because if you don't, we're literally never doing this again.
See what I mean?
Look, it doesn't matter. We're Sonic. We stick together. We're basically best friends. Or brothers. Or variations of the same person.
Yeah, enough of that soppy shit, Sonic. We got money. I mean, a tier list to make. So let's start this off with Sonic 1 8-bit version.
A nice little side game to play when you're bored of playing Sonic Adventure DX, which is literally never.
Again, Sonic.
I don't know
this
about
game
that
existed
one, man.
before it was repackaged into your game.
And yet nobody cared about it until it got bundled in with Adventure DX. Next!
Okay, wow. So nobody's gonna fight for this? I guess I'll just put it in C tier then. And on to Sonic 2 8-bit.
I already told you we don't care about 8-bit.
Now hold on just a minute. The 8-bit games weren't perfect, but Sonic 2 8-bit has its merits. I mean, I love that Bridge Zone music.
That was Sonic 1 8-bit, you idiot! I told you we don't care!
Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing, Sonic. I'll just put the game in B tier and move on to Sega Sonic the Hedgehog.
Do we look like we've been to an arcade in Japan? Seriously?
Well, no, but you could have emulated the game, you know.
Piracy! You're advocating for piracy now of our own game?
everybody
Well,
does
in
it at
Sonic's
this point.
defense,
No one
they
really
literally
cares
never
anymore.
re-released Sonic 06. What do they expect us to do?
Play better games like Sonic Heroes? Was that a real question?
They haven't ported
Yeah,
that
I don't know
either.
about Sonic
Only
Heroes,
my
man.
games and the classics get
It's
re-released
okay.
nowadays.
Just
Deal with
hopefully
it.
I mean, if you want, we can talk about
me.
Colors Ultimate again.
No, that's quite
All
all right.
over,
We'll just move on to the
Sonic
next game.
Heroes
All right, I know
and
it's 8-bit, but
opinions.
Sonic Chaos was pretty solid if you ask me.
Chaos was extremely solid. The one in my game, that is.
Now, how did I know you were going to say that, Sonic?
Because it's true. What kind of dumb name is Sonic Chaos anyway?
Come on, man.
What, because of the Chaos Emeralds? But those are in like
mean-
all the games, right?
I mean, it's simple
Not
and straight
all
to the
of them,
point.
maybe some.
What's not to like about that?
Yeah, of
No,
course, you
not all
love
of them.
simple and straight to the point, Mr. Luminous Forest.
Totally uncalled
What's
for.
next? A Sonic game called Sonic Rings? Or Sonic Zone?
Well, actually, there is a fan game from the early 2000s called Sonic Zone. Not great by today's standards, but fan games were in their infancy back then.
Did you
No, it's
seriously
not
just
wrong.
well
I mean, we got
actually
SRB
him?
too.
Nerd!
I think that's our cue to move on to
Sonic
the next game.
Robobots 2 is
All right,
good, though.
Sonic Spinball.
What the hell is wrong with you, Sonic? Aren't you forgetting Mean Bean Machine?
Look, there's like a million side games, and it wasn't on the tier list website. Stop antagonizing me.
All right, enough fighting. We'll just pretend we put the game in A tier.
S tier!
S tier, and move on.
All right,
S
now
tier,
can we
let's
talk
go.
about Sonic Spinball? And this had a
Sonic
16-bit
Spinball.
version, so don't you dare say anything, Sonic.
I liked it!
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Definitely an enjoyable game, but I never made it past the first level.
Seems like a you problem to me.
Wait, there were multiple levels?
Well, seems like it wasn't just me.
Well, maybe
Yeah,
if you
no one's
guys
gonna
actually
grind for
sat
all
down to
those
play
levels,
the
man.
game instead of just opening it in Mega Collection for a few minutes, then you'd know this.
You're lucky I even tried the game out.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Rage quitting on that stupid barrel in Carnival Night, then Spinball wouldn't have even gotten touched in Mega
I don't
Collection.
even know what Spinball
you really
is, but I
rage
gotta
quit on
try
the
it, though.
barrel?
Wouldn't let that
Sounds
shit
good.
happen to me, though.
Both of you shut
Damn.
the fuck up. It wasn't clear what to do, okay? This is why Sonic 2 is better.
All right, I think we should just put
Yeah,
Spinball in B
I
tier
don't
and
know
move
about
on to
all
the
that,
next
but
game
yeah.
before we make Sonic cry.
Sonic 2
Not
is
funny.
better.
All right, time for Sonic Drift.
You mean the shameless wannabe riders? D tier.
Yeah,
Sonic,
it
didn't
was
you
so
give me that
bad,
whole
they
speech
literally
before
made
about
an
referencing
entire
future
game
games?
called
Oh, don't
Sonic
give me that.
Roboblast,
You know this game is
kart
lame. I'd
racing
rather
or
play
some
All
shit.
Stars Racing Transformed than this.
Thanks. Wait, was that a compliment?
I mean, people make
Fair.
excuses for the Super Nintendo Mario Kart, but they won't for Sonic Drift. I know the graphics weren't fully there yet, but it was a decent attempt.
Weren't you literally just
Decent
hating on the
attempt at
8-bit
what?
games for being 8-bit?
Do you know what else is 8-bit? Those trash Gameland remixes in colors.
Don't make me come
Damn.
over there.
Oh, what are you gonna do, Wisp Boy?
Both of you stop. Now, Sonic, put Drift in D tier and move on to the next game. Now!
Always acting like he's in charge. Anyway, on to Sonic Triple Trouble.
Is it 8-bit?
Just keep going.
Triple
I don't want to
Trouble
hear
is
this
good.
again.
All right, then. Next, we've got
Trouble
Knuckles
Trouble is good.
Chaotix, Tails Sky Patrol, and Tails Adventure.
Nah,
Ain't
literally
nobody got
don't
time for
care.
that shit. You
Is my
serious?
name on it?
Get him
Yeah,
outta
I
here.
know, right? What was I thinking? And I'll just put Sonic Drift 2 in D tier as well, since you guys clearly hate all the side games that aren't yours. Speaking
Even
of
though
which,
your name's on
Sonic
them
Labyrinth
anyway.
is next.
Actually, this game is pretty fun for those of us who learnt to use our brains. Not everything has to be 24/7 platforming.
But everything
Yeah,
is supposed
nowadays
to
we have
be
it.
fun, and Labyrinth is not.
Yeah, Sonic, there's no need to be elitist just because you like mid. I'm putting this in D tier along with the next game, Sonic Blast.
Put 3D Blast in D tier as well.
You can't be serious. Your game Sonic Adventure literally copied so much from this game.
He clearly
But it
wants
was
everyone to
funny
forget
3
about
years
3D
ago.
Blast because he wants Adventure to be seen as the original 3D Sonic.
Facts!
1. You, of all people, have no authority when it comes to 3D Sonic.
People love Generations.
And 2. Are
I
you
don't know about
seriously
all that.
pretending like you
I
want to
mean,
remember this
the
game over
recent one's
Adventure?
good,
It ain't
but-
about who did it first, it's about who did it right.
Preach. I mean, Unleashed did everything better than SA2, even though SA2 pioneered the linear 3D Sonic
Yeah, so
gameplay that
SA2
made
is
it
good.
so different from SA1.
Okay, now both of you are talking trash. I'm just gonna
But
put
they're
3D
not. They're just
Blast in
speaking
C
facts,
tier so we
though.
can pretend this conversation
Sonic
never
is
happened.
speaking
All right,
facts.
time
He's
for
not
Sonic the
lying.
Fighters.
You mean the game that wasn't good enough to get put in Mega Collection?
I mean, it was in Gems
Damn.
Collection.
That's exactly my point. Like, who makes a classic Sonic collection, puts in a bunch of Game Gear games and Sonic CD again, and thinks people want to buy this shit?
Unnecessary CD
Yeah,
hate, but
that's
whatever.
gotta be
Honestly, the
stupid,
Sonic
though.
R soundtrack was probably the best thing in that collection. I'm putting the Fighters in C tier and putting R in A tier for the soundtrack alone.
No
That's the
disagreements
closest we'll
there.
ever
But
get
don't you
to,
think we should include Sonic
any other thing.
Schoolhouse?
How
Yeah, I
old are you,
guess.
Sonic? It's a fucking baby game. Do I look like Forces Tales to you?
Hey, leave him alone. Let's save our vitriol for IGN because they thought
Yeah, I
Sonic
guess we're
Pocket
gonna pick
Adventure
on
was a
Tails.
10 over every other Sonic game.
I mean, Sonic Rush was right there, and they give a 10 to
Yeah.
this?
Well, actually, Sonic Rush wasn't
I
out
don't
yet
know.
when
Sonic
this
Rush
came
is
out.
good, though.
See how annoying it is, nerd?
Very funny.
Damn.
Sonic, Put this game in B tier, and that Mario Party clone can go there too.
Shuffle is goated.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
No,
I don't
I
know
agree
about
with
Shuffle,
Sonic.
bro.
I'm not playing Shuffle when there were 3 Mario parties to pick from on N64.
Both of you are some
Yeah.
fake-ass fans.
Anyway, let's move on
Nope,
to
they're just
Sonic
saying the
Advance.
truth.
Oh, you mean the real Sonic 4?
That is such a desperate thing to
Actually-
say. It's not a classic Sonic
Actually,
game
no.
just because it's 2D and people liked it.
What he said.
There's
But your
many
games
reasons
actually
why.
were
One,
classic in
the char-
2D,
the Sonic
and people
itself we're
liked,
talking
well,
about
they
is
liked it
modern
with
Sonic.
generations, not
That
so
doesn't
much with
count as a
forces.
classic
Can we
Sonic
please
game.
stay on the fucking topic for once, please?
If you just
Damn.
put the entire Advanced Trilogy in S tier right now, we'd be done with this already.
I mean, the only
Maybe,
Advance game
yeah.
worthy of that is Advance 2. 1 and 3 are A tier at best.
No, Advance
Yeah.
1 and 2 are A tier, but Advance 3 is S tier. Those hub worlds, the characters teaming up, the 3 acts. So perfect.
Of course CD Boy
Yeah.
loves the 3 acts, but I ain't complaining.
Word.
The franchise went to shit after Advance 3 anyway.
Are you still mad because I took over and
Yeah.
gave the people Rush? I thought we squashed this.
All right, since Sonic is
Yeah,
still
I'm sure
pouting
we
about this
did.
being
Yeah,
his last
I'm
game,
sure
we'll
he
just
did.
put the whole
Squash
trilogy in
that
S
one.
tier. But Sonic Rush is going there too.
Whatever.
No other place Rush could go.
Yeah.
It pioneered the formula still used today, has an amazing soundtrack, and improved
Bro's
on the
doing a
Advanced
Yappery
Trilogy
session,
in every
bro. We
way.
did not
Shut up!
come
We
here
already
for
put
that.
it in S.
Yeah, no need to gloat,
No.
Sonic. We all know
Get
the
him
history
outta
of the
here.
boost. Let's talk about your first game, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Mid! They replaced
Oh,
me for
yeah.
Sonic.
And my name isn't on the title.
Yeah, we'll just put this in D tier.
Dumb niggas.
Yeah, he's not even the
This
main
is
character.
objectively the best game in the entire franchise.
Are you allowed to say that word, Shadow?
Question.
I mean, he is black,
What color
though.
is my skin? You already know it doesn't work like that, Shadow. Shut
Is he actor
Now
black,
put
though?
Shadow in S so I can go.
Yeah,
Is
that's
the
not
thing-
happening.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get
Chaos
canceled. I'm gonna
control!
be careful what I say
Wait.
around here.
Who put Shadow the
YouTube's gonna
Hedgehog in
cancel
S?
me.
Let's just move on. Let him have his
YouTube's gonna
win.
cancel me
Not like he's
hard,
ever
man.
getting another game anyway.
You people are
Oh, I
so
wish you
desperate
were
to
right
move
about
on
that,
that you
'cause
forgot
you're dead
Sonic
wrong.
Pinball Party and Sonic Battle.
Wasn't much to remember anyways.
I mean, Battle is a solid A tier. Pinball Party gets a B.
All right, fine.
Anyway, now we got Sonic Riders.
the greatest racing
Yeah.
game in the entire franchise. What an amazing way to start off the year 2006.
If only the year ended
Yeah.
as strong, right?
Ha! Good one,
06.
Sonic. But you had free riders, so you shouldn't be talking right now.
Just put the game in S tier right now.
All right, fine. But Transformed is going there too.
Mid.
And there's nothing you can do
Transformed.
about it.
I'd rather play the Rivals games than Transformed. While we're at it, put
Even
both
though
of
the
those games in S
Rivals
tier
is kind
too.
of
While
half
you're
the
at it,
reason
why
why
don't you
the
put
whole
down the
Time Boy
crack pipe
split.
you've been smoking saying that shit?
Yeah, Sonic is
Damn.
clearly biased here. The Rivals games are B tier at best. The same place the storybook games belong.
You people were clearly just too lazy to get to level 99.
I'm not grinding
one's
99
gonna
levels
grind
just for the
over all
game
that.
to get good. Is this a fucking
No.
JRPG?
Okay, but Black Knight had
Yeah,
such
yeah,
an
get
amazing
to those
story.
old
Remember that
RPGs
scene where I caught the
instead.
chili
I'd rather
dog?
play more
I was on
RPG
fire.
Are you
Grinding
done reliving the
99
glory
levels.
days? We're still putting the games in B tier. All
Why
right,
don't we play
time for
Mario
Sonic
RPG
Rush
instead?
Adventure.
A decent sequel to Sonic Rush. Give it S
Yeah,
tier, but
that's
below
true, yeah.
Rush.
S tier? So what you're saying is you skipped all the cutscenes with Marine the Raccoon in them?
Fuck that raccoon!
Okay,
Damn.
fine. Put it in A.
That's more like it. And since we're acknowledging your inferior sequels, we're putting Riders Zero Gravity in B tier.
No
They
comment.
gimped
Well,
the trick
not
system
wrong.
so hard.
All right,
It's
now it's
bad.
time for Sonic Chronicles.
Game goes hard on mute.
Stop exaggerating,
Nope,
Sonic.
that's-
Oh, so
that's-
you want me to play the
it's
soundtrack
bad.
right now?
I
Game
didn't say
apologists
that.
literally
Yeah, unless you
said
can
this
listen to
game is
Central City
bad.
for 30
Dan
seconds,
Strider
we're putting this
himself even
game in
said it
C
was
tier.
bad.
Fine.
Now it's
No,
time for Sonic's last
everybody
game.
else
What do
said
you
it was
mean
bad.
last
It ain't
game?
good.
Aren't you forgetting a certain monumental collab that happened in the 2000s?
More like a
But those
betrayal
crossover
if you
games
ask
already
me.
Now hold
count,
on.
though.
The Olympic Games
'Cause
weren't a
we're talking
betrayal,
main
Sonic.
series.
We were just burying the hatchet.
And the first one was the most
Wait,
important.
are the
Either
Olympic
way, the
Games main
Mario
series,
and
though?
Sonic
Are
games
they
aren't on this
really
tier
main
list,
series?
so we'll
Does it
have to
really
leave them
count?
out. So again, time for Sonic's last game, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing.
Inferior to Riders,
Yeah,
but
that.
still the superior All-Stars racing game, no question.
Yeah, sure. And this totally has nothing to do with the fact that I replaced
Except we
you in
gotta deal with
Transformed,
crossplay
right?
I don't
coming
know
out
what you're
soon,
talking
though.
about.
Look who's salty now!
Look, just
Damn.
put the game in A tier so we can move on to your game, Sonic.
All right, time
Yeah.
for Sonic 4.
Episode 1 is a trash
Sonic
D
4
tier.
is
Episode 2
trash.
gets A tier for the team-based mechanics.
Sonic's heroes
2 is
bias
okay.
aside, I
It's
think
actually
people are
not
too
that
harsh on
bad,
these
but,
games just because
Sonic
they were
1
called
is
Sonic 4.
I mean,
very
they're
bad.
right. Nothing worse than a long-awaited sequel
In
that
fact,
doesn't live
I'd
up to
rather just- I'd
expectations,
rather actually
free
watch
riders.
Pink
Would you
Floyd
just
than
let that go?
I almost broke my back with that Kinect garbage.
Great, now I
You
have
ain't
to be the
wrong.
mature one. Sonic, put
You
episode
so
1 in
wrong,
D
that thing
tier.
is trash.
Episode 2 in A tier. and Free Riders in E.
Agreed.
Oh, so it's gang
Yeah.
up on Sonic Day today? Next you're gonna
Well, to be
tell me
fair,
Colors
you're the one who
DS is
said it,
E
bro.
tier.
It's E for easily
Get 'em
better
outta
than Colors
here.
Wii.
Good one, Sonic.
Damn.
At least Colors DS actually owns the fact that it's a 2D game. Still inferior
Wii
to
and
Rush,
DS
but
is
close
two
to Rush
different
Adventure.
stories.
Hard disagree, but I won't pass up an opportunity to put Colors in S tier again.
You better not pass that up. That's the last S tier you're getting on this list.
Yeah, looking at the games we got left, it's not looking good for you, Sonic.
Stop being so negative. I've got some gems left. And speaking
Yeah,
of
I'm
gems,
sure
we
you
got
do,
Gens
buddy.
3DS.
More like Gens 2DS, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
Damn.
console gens was already heavy on the 2D because of classic Sonic, but this is ridiculous.
Look, I know both classic and
Yeah,
modern
I played
levels
it.
are
It wasn't
2D
very
here,
good.
but they still play distinctly differently from each other.
What, Boost versus
That-
Spin Dash? They're just two slightly different variations of mid.
Yeah, I mean, Sonic Rush had both a boost and Spin
I'd
Dash in
rather
2D
play
and was
the
actually
PS5
fun.
I swear,
version
if I
than
have to hear
this.
this dude mention Rush one more time.
Yeah, Sonic. I mean,
Bro,
Gens
tweaking.
3DS had some bullshit level design that shows Dimps learned almost nothing from
Nah,
Rush.
How do you
Shit
learn from
tripping. Over here
perfection?
tweaking
Not
for
like
that
they were
one.
going to recreate a
That's
10 out
crazy.
of 10 like that again.
All right, I'm putting the game in B so we can move on from this Rush talk. All right, next we got Sonic Jump.
Sonic who?
Which version are you referring to?
I mean, the tier list only shows one version here. I'm guessing it's my
Nobody
version.
cares.
Remember when we
Yeah,
actually used to
no one
get
gives a
real
fuck.
side games, like on actual handheld consoles and not just phones?
Careful, Sonic. You might upset
Yeah.
Sonic's feelings with that totally true statement.
What? That's
And the little
bullshit,
kids
and you
who
know
play
it. Besides, we got the Switch in 2017, and that solos any handheld you guys ever
Yeah.
got.
At least the GBA
but
could
except
actually
we-
run Sonic games at 60
Except for
FPS.
when we
Mania
got
ran at
those
60
Joy-Con
FPS.
Sonic
problems.
Rush has better graphics than Mania, and that was on the
I
DS.
hope
I
this
got the
Switch
fuck
shouldn't
up
have
about
been
your
better,
rings
though.
out.
Okay. Let's
Damn.
put Sonic Jump in B, and we can put Sonic Dash there too.
Dash is an easy S tier. It's the most downloaded Sonic game of all time.
Yeah, because it's
Except for
free
the fact
on
it's a
smartphones,
mobile
and it
game.
copied Temple Run.
More like it copied
Yeah.
the GOAT. Literally just watered down aesthetics and music from Heroes into a cheaply made phone game.
I mean, Heroes was
You ain't
cheaply
wrong.
made on its own, given those ridiculous glitches.
okay, you want to
This coming
tussle?
from the
handle
guy
facts.
that
Some
they're
nerve
having a
after
remake
copying
of
my
the same
game.
Okay,
game.
Sonic, that's enough. Sonic will put Dash in A, but it's not getting
Bro
an S.
cannot be
Fine, I'll
talking.
compromise, just like the devs did with Heroes. Okay, time for Lost World 3DS.
You want to
I
talk
know
about
he ain't talking
compromise?
here.
Lost World 3DS was a total cash grab.
Agreed.
He
I
ain't
couldn't even
wrong.
sit through that whole game. D tier.
I won't fight you
Yeah,
on that,
that
one.
game
Those
actually
special
was
stages
shitty on
made
my
the ones
phone.
in
That
Heroes
thing
look
was so bad. It
amazing.
literally
All right,
made my
next
phone
is
kinda
Sonic Jump
crash.
Fever.
Yeah, no one cares. No one
Okay,
cares.
nobody cares. Got it. We got...
Spit it out. We got Boom.
Yes, Sonic. The quicker you
Oh,
put
yeah.
Rise of Lyric and Shattered Crystal in E tier,
Oh.
the better.
All
Those
right,
games are
fine.
just pretty
But
much a
Fire and Ice
glitchy
is
mess
underrated, and that
except
deserves
for Fire
A
and
tier.
Ice.
Just because it was a Boom game and not trash doesn't mean it's A tier.
Yeah, I'd rather give
Yeah.
A tier to Sonic Dash 2 before I give it to Fire and Ice.
All right, then, Fire
Yeah.
and Ice in B tier, Sonic Dash 2 in A tier, but Runners deserves an S.
If we were being nice, maybe version 1.0.
I haven't played
but
Sonic
definitely
Runners.
not after that 2.0 update.
Spiked
I know
walls?
about that
What were
one.
they thinking?
All right, then, Runners A and Runners
That
Adventure
actually
B tier.
The
doesn't
Game Loft
sound
game?
bad,
C tier at
actually.
best.
Yeah, Sonic,
That
I know
actually
they're your
sounds kinda
games,
bad.
so you have to fight for them, but come on, man.
Okay, fine. Runners Adventure C tier, but Forces Speed Battle is going in B tier.
Honestly, that
Speed
game wasn't
Battle
half
is
bad.
cool.
Could have been A tier if they didn't name it Forces.
Facts. And you
Yeah.
can put that inferior Wisp racing game in B tier so we can end this tier list.
Oh yeah, Team Offline
Yeah.
Racing.
Team Sonic Racing could have been a strong A if the online features were consistent, but yeah, I just
Yeah,
realized
they
this tier
didn't
list
do
doesn't
well
mention the
online.
latest side game.
Sonic Speed
You
Simulator?
can't
That
even
thing
do
costed more
two-player
money
in
than
that one.
Runner's Premium Roulette, but it is fun.
I think
Yeah.
A tier is fair.
Agreed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if you wanna
Can't
grind and
believe
get
we
new
just got through
characters,
the
fair.
entire tier list without anyone storming off.
And we really took everyone's opinions into consideration.
Amazing work, guys.
Okay, why does he exist?
how long
Why
has
is
he been here?
Santiago here? Alright guys, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and give a good comment, you know, and so you can keep my channel alive. And as always, see you later.